Oh, hi, everybody. Hank Longo here. Delighted to be here. Thank you, Dr. Smiley, for the invitation. I'm flattered. Been watching everybody all day long because my time slot has kind of changed a little bit, but it's been enjoyable listening to what everybody's had to say. And your
Well, I'm
style
glad you're yeah, I'm
don't
glad you're
change,
here,
right?
Hank. It's it's funny because I was supposed to come on at 3, and I've talked to all these people that I was supposed to see earlier today, and they've already been on because they got ahead. So I got all these people I don't know anything about. So Hank, tell me about yourself and who nominated you as a Smile leader.
Well, of course, Dr. Ken did. Dr. Smiley invited me to be on the show and talk about what I do that brings joy and happiness into the world. Um, so I was to start off where I'm from. I was born in New York. Dad was an FBI agent and got transferred to Pontiac to be the director in Pontiac, Michigan, and went from living on Long Island to out in the country that I loved on a lake. And on that lake is where I learned to water ski. And that's a lot of my story is my skiing and how I use it to bring smiles to the world. National champion, a Hall of Famer, and a world stunt record holder, set a world record jumping over 14 boats on that's incredible. And the thing that I use to make people smile is to teach them about vision. And I use that jump to show people that, hey, I had a vision and the vision became a reality. And when I show them the video of my stunt on That's Incredible, especially the kids, it freaks them out. So my focus and my mission to help people smile is to teach them how to make a dream come true. And it's really for people of all ages, but I love middle school. Sixth grade is my favorite audience because I believe if you can get them on an educational path, believing in making their dreams come true, they're at the right age to have that whole journey, through education, through middle school and high school. And talking to them and telling them that they're all special and that they all have their own incredibism puts a big smile on their face. When you are sincere with a young kid like that and tell them to believe in themselves and that there's something special about them, and you're sincere in doing it and honest in doing it, and letting them know that, hey, you might not know what it is now, but you do have something special about you that you're going to discover one day, and that's what your whole purpose is going to be. And the fact that you tell them that they're special really puts a big smile on their face. And it's like for once, they're getting complimented on who they are as a person, and not all kids do. And what got me into this is that my best buddy, a national champion, had two twin daughters, and when they were about 6 years old, he gave up his competing and went totally into coaching them. And by the time they were in high school, they were the two best women water ski trick skiers in the world. And you can relate to this even in another way. If you watch the Olympics, when you get to the women's gymnastics, they're all young girls and they're doing these
Hmm.
amazing, incredible, extremely difficult maneuvers flawlessly on the main stage of the world, and the biggest stage that there is. And I thought, you know what? The kids are a lot more talented than we might give them credit for. And if these two girls can be the best trick skiers in the world, a kid could be the best mechanic in the world or a teacher. You look at kids now on computers. I mean, if I need help, I hit a fifth grader up to steer me right. So that gave me the motivation to try to help kids that didn't have the parental support that some other kids do, and to give them some guidelines to lessons to follow so that they could have the opportunity to make their dreams come true. And working with them, I get a lot of smiles. For example, I asked one little girl, well, what do you dream of doing? And she goes, well, I want to be a nail tech. And I go, do you know how to be a nail tech? And she goes, no. And I go, well, let's Google it. And when we Google it, the information comes up and right there it's like, okay, that's what you got to do. These are the requirements that you have to follow and succeed in and complete in order to be a nail tech. Well, they glow. All of a sudden they just brighten right up because, wow, I've just seen my dream become a reality. This is actually how I can make that happen. And working with these kids and showing them how they can make their dreams come true is really a fascinating experience. And it's like, why am I doing this? I don't know, but I am. And it's, in receiving, the giving part is the best part, is giving them the knowledge and the opportunity and the guidance and the direction on how they can do this and not to give up. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is the day a dream, quits becoming a reality is when you quit working on the dream. So, I mean, I get into the classroom with kids and I'll say, I could be sitting on a porch with a bunch of other old guys and, telling stories, but I'd rather be here with you. And me being here with you is a dream come true for me. So the receiving end of it for me is that, I'm getting to spend time with them, and I'd rather be doing it than I would be just, floundering around somewhere doing something every day. Of course, I could do yard work every day and it would never end, but um, that's that's the joy of it. And I think it's my mission to help these kids, make a dream come true. But then when they get done, I have a class that I teach in a Soar Education. And the reason I bring that up is because I want to show you what these kids, we're talking smiles. So I've got these kids that write me these little thank you cards with their little smiley faces on them. And here's another one with these little kids with smiley faces. Yeah, it's just another. I love that. I make little books out of them, but it's like, look at all these smiles, and these are kids that are happy. And when I read these thank you notes that they give me, um, they're just, that's where the reward is for me. Like, thank you, Mr. Longo. I am grateful you showed us the SOAR program. It taught me a lot. And they tell you how they believe in themselves now, and they believe they can make their dreams come true. And that's, those are going to be our leaders one day. And you have to reinforce that. They need direction, they need help. And when you sincerely help them and they know you're sincere in helping them, they buy in. And it's so important that they do that. And it's so important that you continue to encourage them and create a positive environment, and telling them, you've got to have a positive attitude. You got to be smiling every day. You got to be happy every day, and every day is special. You can't put off today what you can do tomorrow, because tomorrow could be 2 days away. And every day is special. And I try to instill that in them too, so that uh, they know there's something better as they continue to go. And then education, I can't instill that enough, because education is really the vehicle that's going to take you to the destination of making your dream come true. No matter what it is, you have to be educated. If you want to be a doctor, yes, you need a education. If you want to be a teacher, you need an education, an accountant, a lawyer. But then again, if you want to be a baker, you've got to learn how to do it. And no matter what it is, a bricklayer, you need an education. If you don't have an A in math and you're a bricklayer, you're in trouble, because if you can't figure out the square footage of that wall you're building, you're going to be in deep trouble. You're not going to be successful at all. So I get these kids telling me, well, I'm going to be in the NFL or the MLB. And it's like, so what makes you think you don't have to have an education to do that? That you're such a good athlete, you're going to make $1 million, when there's only like 1 to 2% of all athletes that make it into professional sports. And then, my best buddy, who's a coach, teacher, All-American out of West Virginia, number 7 pick in the draft, lasted 3 years, I guess, total with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he was crippled, couldn't play anymore. He was done. So what's your plan B? And you have to have a plan B. And he went into coaching and teaching, did a marvelous job, and was a great inspiration to, hundreds and thousands of kids. So I think getting young people to be happy and to smile and to get off those doggone phones and do something that is going to be a little more fulfilling in their life, playing a sport, learning a craft, being in the theater. There's so many neat things that you can be doing. And a lot of kids do. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't. We have one of the best sports facilities here in Polk County, Winter Haven, where I live, where they have the Florida Soccer Association, and you've got hundreds of kids out there playing soccer. And it's just so great to see that they're out there in the fresh air, having fun, running around, staying in shape, and enjoying life. So that's kind of my big input is trying to help people smile and teaching them how to make a dream come true. And these kids really need it and they really want to do it. And that's pretty exciting for me. And hopefully I'm impacting a few of them, but by the little thank you cards that I get, I mean, I make a whole little book out of them. This is the last one that I got from Denison Middle School in Winter Haven, Florida, and I just can't kind of get it up to the camera where you can see all the fun little
Cute.
pictures. They got pictures of me jumping over boats and everything. It's fantastic. And you
Well,
see, I'm
Hank, I
smiling.
got
Just thinking about it, I'm smiling.
hey, I got to tell you something, Hank. You really touched my heart with those notes from the kids. Oh, myself, you really touched my heart with those notes from the kids. And as a matter of fact, a little shameless plug. These are 33 letters the kids wrote to me over 14 years of being a teacher. And I never read them till I retired. And then I cried and wrote this book. So those
It,
notes are
it
so special.
It is. I mean, and I cry when I read some of the ones of mine. It's like you helped save my life. I believe in God now. And when you would not believe, and this is when it comes in, Robert, you can chime in on this because
Yeah.
when you're sincere with them and you show them they care, I mean, these kids, when they write me these thank you notes, they're intense and they really take time to share with you how they're really feeling. And this is sixth grade, and you've touched them, and it's so important that you do, and it brings tears to your eyes, and
I'm so glad you
it's
bring that up
very
because
appreciated.
my kids, yeah, my kids were sophomores, and you just really never know what impact you make on them until they write you a letter like that. And then you realize how important
Exactly.
you were to them, but more so, and I know you know this, Hank, how important they were to us.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And it's being a teacher is hard. I substituted for 20 years or so that I could just be in the school system so that you have a finger on the pulse that's going on. But when discipline disappeared in the school systems, it made it really rough. And as a substitute, it was
Yeah,
much easier.
it was a little bit difficult. I was a little bit luckier. I did ROTC, so I get a little more leeway.
Yeah.
But
And
Ken, how do people connect with you? How do they get a hold of you? How do they get more of the
very easy.
message?
Bob, I'm glad you asked. I am glad you asked. You can get hold of me at soareducation.com is my website. I have my book on sale on my website. I also have, thanks to Dr. Smiley, Perfect Publishing, took my workbook, did a fabulous job. He and Ken and Al, did just such a great job in revising it. And not only got it digitized for me, but got it on Amazon for me. I've got the Kindle version as well as the book version. So if you're looking for it on Amazon, how you would find it would be Soar and Make Your Dreams Come True, Hank Longo. And there's no parentheses at the front or the back. It's just Soar and Make Your Dreams Come True, Hank Longo. And that'll take you right to Amazon to my site for my book.
Okay, Hank, they're yelling at me. They're chatting at me. I got to wrap it up with you. I've enjoyed our time together.
Thank you. I've enjoyed the 8 minutes of fame that I got with Dr. Smiley. Thank you so much.
There you
And
go, brother.
great getting to chat with you. We'll see y'all. Bye.
Yeah.
Continue to soar.